So I know a lot of guys have this issue, myself included, not so much anymore, but small calves. Calves are a big body part, and a lot of people say it's genetics. I do kind of agree with that a little bit. They are very genetic based, whether you have short calves, high calves, low calves, but not big or small. I think everyone can kind of get big calves. I don't train my calves nearly as much as I should, but here is the best way to grow your calves. And I know this because my calves were tiny, literally, they were fucking tiny. I can't explain how small they were. And I used to do this exercise every single day for a month, and then I obviously backed off and started doing them like twice a week or 3 times a week. Now there's 2 things to note over here. Number one, there's two muscle groups when it comes to the calves. Now this isn't a technical channel, remember that guys, this is just very basic knowledge. There's soleus and there is gastrocnemius. Now when we sit down, when we're seated and the knee is bent, you're using more soleus, which is more thickness of the calf. And if you to do the same thing I'm going to show you stood up with a straight leg, you're using more gastrocnemius. So this is my little circuit for calves. I don't do no warm-up exercises. This is normally done after back or legs or chest, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You could do this literally after any training session, or if you want to emphasize on this, you could do them first. Maybe do 20 repetitions just standing. So if you're just standing, basic over here, what I would suggest is get a little lip over here. So this is a bit of a lower ground, there's a little bit higher ground there, and I would just do 20 repetitions like this, just to warm the calf up. Very easy. Point your toes out like this, 20 reps. And then what I'd do is I'd point the toes in, and again, another 20 reps. I know this feels a little bit weird if you were doing this exercise, but trust me, it works. Now, once you've done that, one circuit, 20, 20, 20, you can go on a seated calf raise. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to have the toes facing in like this first. So if you want to come to the front, you can see that. Now when it comes to weight over here, go as heavy as you can for 10 repetitions. We're only doing 10 reps. So toes facing in. I know this feels really awkward, so they're not going to look like this. You're going to try to do this, but it'll look more like this, like mine are. So you can see this, and we're just going to go for 10 reps. All the way down, squeeze at the top, all the way down, squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, none of this shit, all the way down, all the way up. And I'm just feeling on my little toe the majority of the weight. It's not on the ball of my feet, under my big toe, it's mainly on my little toe. Nice, slow and steady. That's 10 repetitions. Now, normally rest about, I'd say, 30 to 40 seconds over here. Maximum rest time you want to be resting here is about a minute. So after we've done this, that lactic acid is slowly leaving my muscles, more oxygenated blood is coming in, everything's starting to feel a little bit fresh, because your calves can recover very quick. I know they're the most painful body part to train, but they recover very quick. So mine are pretty much recovered now. It's been about 30 seconds. Now we're doing toes facing out. And I'm gonna go again, 10 reps. Down, squeeze. 3, 4. Remember guys, one more thing, do not do this. I don't wanna see this momentum. Cut it out at the bottom, fully relax it. Squeeze at the top, relax it, squeeze. I think that's 9, 10. It's absolutely burning right now, in excruciating pain, but the show must go on. So that is set number 2. I'm just resting, getting the blood back in the muscle, the fresh blood back in the muscle. Like I said, for me, it takes about 30 seconds. You will get better at doing this as well. Sometimes it can take up to a minute, but do not rest for more than 1 minute, okay? So now I'm gonna go straight back in. Again, toes facing forward, and 10 reps, up and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is 10 repetitions, and now I've done 30 reps there. So 10, 10, and straight 10. Another 30-second rest. If you come on again, another lip over here, what you also can do is, if you just come to the side, you'll see this. If you don't have a lower or a higher ground, you can use a plate. So sometimes you can get a plate. You can use the plate if you haven't got something like that, you know, to offset the balance. Or equally, you could use the edge of the machine like this. And remember now, your knees need to be bent again. No straight legs, keep your knees bent. Just hold something so you're not falling off balance. And we're going all the way down and up. Sorry, over here, by the way, the toes are facing in again. So it's 10 repetitions. These are a little bit more quicker. They look a bit odd, but they do work. So now I'm gonna rest a little bit less time because there's no weight added onto this. Now we're gonna go the same cycle again, toes facing out. Toes facing out, and same again. 10 repetitions. Remember here, guys, knees are bent. Do not straighten your knees. It's a different muscle group. Okay, 10 reps again, so that's 50 reps in total. We haven't finished the set yet, believe it or not. We've still got another 10 reps to go and a stretch at the end of it. So another 30 seconds passed. I'm gonna go again for 10 repetitions. This time, toes facing forward. Okay, so that's 60 repetitions there. Now we're still not finished, but now we're gonna do an extreme stretch. So the stretch is pretty simple. Move over to a wall, put one foot in front of the other, and we're stretching the back leg first. Really straighten your legs now, push into it. You should feel the stretch all the way. And what you wanna be doing here, if you just come from behind, you'll see what I'm gonna do. We're stretching, moving your hip to this side and move your hip to the other side. So we're doing stretch all the way, and we're gonna hold this for about a minute on each leg. So that is one set of calves. 60 repetitions, about a minute each side on stretching. If you want calves, you want to be doing this every single day. And the best way to do that is alternate. One day seated with the knees bent, legs bent, and one day you can do them standing with either, you can do it in the Smith machine, legs straight, or there's often some sort of a leg press or a squat variation machine, which you could do it on there. If you've got a sledge for the leg press, straighten your legs. So remember, if you want the gastrocnemius, which is more of like the meaty muscle to make it the shape of it looking nice. I haven't got the best calves in the world, but they're all right. And I believe this is down to those two exercises that I've been doing. There's so many different variations on machines, many different variations, but the best way to do it is, remember, do one seated or bent knees and one standing with straight knees. So just to show you the standing with straight knees, if you were to do it on a surface, the knees would be perfectly straight, up and down. At no point do you want to, so if you see from the side there, not this. This is what we've just done now. The second variation is up and down, like this. And same if you had the weight on the back, it'd be like this in the Smith machine. Or there's those squat machines now where you can just have the pad over here. It's a little bit easier on your shoulders. You put the pad there, and again, you do the same thing with straight legs. If you want more tips like this, give me a follow. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. If you want any training programs, diet plans, or TRT protocols, head over to FadiHussein.com.